Hello students. Now I'm going to show you how to draw the bar graphs that represents a set of data. So if in your book it says display the set of data from a tally chart or from a frequency table into a bar graph, this is what you should do. First of all, we need to make sure we have the title, favorite subject. So both are representing the same set of data, favorite subject. So someone must have asked their friends what's their favorite subject. Let's look at the tally chart and the frequency table over here. 9 people or 9 students chose math. 4 students chose Arabic. 5 students chose science. And 6 students chose English. How can we represent this set of data in a bar graph? So first of all, we need to make sure that we have the labels, math, Arabic, science, and English. These are the subjects. And on this side is the number of friends. Let's take a look at the scale. The scale is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, which is counting by twos. So this is going to make our work a little bit trickier. Why? Because if we have a number like this, 9, it's not on the scale. We have to find it. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty easy, but we have to think about it. But let's take a look at the first subject, math. Math is chosen by 9 students. How can we draw a bar graph that represents 9? Now, actually, this is a vertical bar graph because it's going to go upwards. That's called vertical, okay? If it was going sideways, that would be horizontal. 9 people chose math. This is the label math, and I need to find the number 9. I have an 8, I have a 10. I do not have a 9. Well, the 9 is between the 8 and the 10. So we're going to go halfway through between the 8 and the 10. Okay, go across. Now, try to draw straight lines. If I were you and I was doing my work in my book, I would use a ruler. That would be much easier. I will try to draw straight lines, and it's very tricky using the whiteboard. So this is my bar that represents the math. Okay, now Arabic. Arabic was chosen by 4 students. Okay, that's easy because we already have the 4 on the scale. So straight line, go downwards, and color or shade. Okay, science. 5 students chose science. There is no 5 on the scale. Again, where does 5 go on the scale? It's between 4 and 6. This is 5, halfway. So 4, 5, 6. Science is represented or chosen by 5 students. Try to draw straight lines. My lines are a little bit wiggly. Your lines will look better in your books. English. 6 students chose English. So we're going to go to 6, go across. Look, I'm going up to 6. Go across until you get the subject that you are representing. Straight lines and shade. And this is how we draw a bar graph. Now, just by looking at this graph, I can simply say math is the most favorite subject, of course. Well, these are not realistic. This is just my wide imagination. But I just assume that math is the most favorite subject. If I would ask you, how many more students chose math than English? Please note that every time you have a question that begins with how many more, we always have to subtract. Always. Because how many more means the difference. And difference is subtraction. 9 students chose math and 6 students chose English. So 9 minus 6 is 3. How many more students chose math than English? That would be 3 students. If the question was, how many fewer? Again, we're asking for the difference. It's also solved by subtraction. So whether the question is how many more or how many fewer, both you have to find the difference, and difference is subtraction. So let's take a look. How many fewer students chose Arabic than science? So science is 5, Arabic is 4, 5 minus 4 is 1. So one person chose the Arabic is one person fewer than science. Okay, so please keep this in mind. How many more and how many fewer? Questions are asking about difference, so you have to subtract. Now, if we were asked how many students took this survey, whether you want to find it from the bar graph or from the frequency table or tally chart, when you are asked the question, how many friends were asked, then that is the total of the friends or the total of the frequencies or the data represented in the bar graph. Okay, so if we are asked how many friends were asked in this survey, then you have to add up all of these numbers. Let's start with the easiest. 6 and 4 make 10. 10 and 5 is 15. 5 and another 5, that's 20. And a 4, that's 24. So the answer is 24 students were asked in this survey.